Can you reach 100,000 population only using the cheapest dirt roads in City Skylines 2? That's the challenge this video. How are we solving the inevitable traffic jams? Let's hop right in, and don't forget to subscribe for more city building content. We will be playing on the map Coral Ridges. We're playing with a basic setup, even enabling natural disasters. Here we go with the city of Dust Vegas. There's one rule. That is, I can only use these cheap gravel roads. Of course, I need to use this beginning part of the road, but I will only be building gravel roads myself. So let's just go with a basic setup, continue the initial road that we have. Of course, there will be a massive traffic jam here where everything comes together. But while we're only allowed to use gravel roads, I don't think that hinders us from building a beautiful coastal town, or at least I hope that's what it's going to be. This is the basic road layout I'm going to start with. So let's just go ahead, start the timer and start zoning with some beachfront housing, low density right here at the shoreline. These people are going to live on dirt roads, but they're going to be very, very wealthy. Probably they're going to be in the road construction business, since these roads with heavy traffic are going to be destroyed all the time. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're zoning commercial as well as some industry all the way up here. This is a place where the wind somewhat allows it. Get in a bit of these jobs, and then we should soon see our first people moving in. Let's wait for them and see how they like the dirt roads. Here they come. Let's take a look. The first person, even with a trailer, the Tucker family, and let's save them in our citizen list so we can follow them around later down the line. Both of them, we have them here. They're currently poor but educated and already have a job at the pharmacy. That's great. Welcome to the city. Have fun moving in. And this is how you do it. This is their house. Not sure where their car went. They don't have a garage, but they're living here, as well as 77 other people that are already in here. So the city is growing fast. We have more demand for commercial. So let's just continue zoning for now, as well as building out industry a bit. Here we go. That should do for a while. And then demand for residential is still going up. Wait, you think I forgot services? Sewage, electricity, water? Nah, I don't think we need these for now. There's tons of people moving in. They're even walking because they're parking here. You don't get roads. Why would I give you services? Or let's just see how long we can get this going, because people are paying taxes. We are slowly making a profit. I don't see why we should give them services. So let's just zone more residential in all the places where we can do it. We just crossed 300 people, and here's our first milestone, tiny village. This gives us access to even more roads, but we don't need them. So far we don't even need services, and traffic is still looking surprisingly great for 300 people, and profits are through the roof. It's just 13,000, but we just don't have any expenses. We're paying 4K for roads. That's because gravel roads have a small upkeep of 375 euros per kilometer per month. But so far, that's not a problem at all. Oh, and now I see population is shrinking, apparently. How about we just start zoning houses with a higher density? Maybe that will make people move back in. Maybe not. Houses are getting abandoned. You win, guys. You win. You get electricity. That's fine with me. You get water. You even get a hole where I'm going to dump all the sewage. You are welcome, guys. You are welcome. That increases happiness. Yes, very spacious homes. People are coming back. But now you're getting greedy. You're waiting for an ambulance. Just a second ago, you didn't even have electricity and water. But since otherwise you move out, I will go ahead and fulfill your wish for a small medical clinic. I mean, since we're at it, let's just add a landfill as well. It is right here at the city's entrance, so people know immediately what they're getting themselves into. Traffic is still flowing great. By now we're losing money, but we can somehow manage that by lowering some budgets. And on the other side, we want many people moving in. So let's just lower residential tax to 0, keep growth fast, and see where we get with this. Demand seems to be always growing. So let's just add another crossroad here. This has to be all offices because of pollution. We hit milestone 2, small village. That gives us our first signature buildings and medium density housing. Quite important. So let's build out some more streets. And now we can zone medium density homes right here. That should give a large amount of population. And we can make use of some of the specialized industry. There is some wood right here. Let's make use of that. Even get in some livestock farming. And there's some fertile land here. So I guess we just use it. A bit of grain here, a bit of textile, and even vegetable farming. This town got it all now. It's up to 1,500 in population. Things are looking up. Traffic is starting to form, but it's not too bad yet. So let's check in with our citizens. Fiona Tucker is poorly educated and now unemployed. Adele Tucker is educated and also unemployed. Let's check where they are. Oh, they are moving away. Why would you be moving away, man? And also, I don't think this is a safe route you're taking here on the highway. Very sad to see you go. Not sure if it's because of the dirt roads, but I guess you don't like 0% residential tax. That's a harsh reality check. We need to keep our people happy to grow, but either way, we're going to reach 100,000 population without them. Currently, we're growing at 270 people an hour, up to 2,000. And here and there, we got complaints for certain services as they come. Let's spend our first development points on a crematorium. I'm going to put that here towards the higher density homes. And that also unlocks large village, giving us fire stations, police stations, ore mining and a few other things. Ore mining is great. We have some area here where we can make use of that. Let's just go all in for production. Let's get that in here, make use of all the land they can. And let's hope that none of these workers will fall into the poop hole that we have right here, which somehow is filled all the way with clean water, but we can ignore it. Add more industry to keep the jobs growing and growing. And then by now we unlocked some special buildings, the Polaris Suites. Let's give them a nice place right here. We got the Riverside Grill and the Fleur d'été. Let's put them right next to these luxury buildings. And I mean, we're not doing much of it, but we can take a second to detail here, make it a tiny bit pedestrian friendly. They're even getting trees all around. I wonder if these pedestrian paths make a problem to our dirt road challenge, so I'm not gonna build more of them, because technically they look like they're not dirt. So these ones here are going to be the only ones we have, but maybe that makes these Polaris Suites even a bit more luxurious. Next up, let's give our citizens some education with a small elementary school. Just like that, we hit milestone 4. Some new signature buildings, offices and low rent housing. That's pretty nice. Let's immediately get in some low rent housing towers right here to increase population even more. With our educated citizens, we can get in some offices, but it seems like our growth is slowing down. We are at 3,000 people growing at 180 an hour. It might very well be of this massive traffic jam of people moving into our city. To reach 100,000 population, I think we really need to change that up. To do that, I only see one valid solution. And that one's going to be really, really expensive. It involves us buying 4 more tiles, these 4 to be exact, for 155,000 and an upkeep of 150,000 a month. Let's buy that. Our city is now in a large deficit and we're going to need to spend development points to unlock trains. Now with these trains we can do great things. First, let's build out some road infrastructure all the way along here. Then I'm gonna buy the rail yard as well as a nice beautiful small train station, and this one is going to be really, really busy. So let's give it ticket machines, all the upgrades it can have, build out some rails, connect it up with the rail yard. Then we're gonna draw a passenger route from this train station all the way to the outside and back. I think we can even draw in a second rail line to the other outside city here. Not sure if that helps, but I know we're gonna need a whole lot of people to reach 100,000 population. And then I guess we just start creating a whole lot of livable space around this train station. We now have tons of space to zone here, and zoning we will have to do because, well, our finances are not looking good. We're losing 200,000 a month. We have less than 200,000 left. So it's going to be a really, really tight fit. Let's throw in more low rent housing, some medium density over here, and even some low density businesses to attract people to this area. Things are already zoning in. We have a lot of people leaving this train station. They are now all walking on the dirt roads to their new apartments. This train back here is coming with 70 more people. Let's just continue doing what we do and look at our population growing. With this change, we need new infrastructure. So I'm adding a new water tower, immediately 2 of them. And for some reason, that already tipped our budget and our profits are growing fast, mostly from taxation. Remember, residential tax is still at 0. Since we are out of money right now, I'm going to increase it a tiny bit for now, just to build the infrastructure we need for 100,000 population faster. But with this train line being quite popular with all the people walking here, I think we can definitely reach it. We hit milestone 5. Let's now try to get independent from electricity imports. Our city is consuming 28 megawatts right now. To fill that, let's unlock the geothermal power plant. I think I have a nice place for it. Oh well, I thought I had one, but I can't afford it. We're going all in with this now. Let's even take a loan to afford this power plant. I want to put it right here. It's very close to residential area, but there should not be much noise here. It's also gonna be connected to our transformer station. That way we can export electricity, and that should change our energy import to 0 and export to making profit, putting our city back profitable. We're now making 300,000 with exported electricity. That's a whole lot. That's more than we're making from commercial taxes, or almost the same. And now we just focus on making our citizens happy. People are complaining about a high crime risk. So let's throw in a police station. People are obviously complaining about healthcare. We might be able to fix that mostly in the budget by just resetting the healthcare budget and even building another medical clinic here closer to the train station. Next up, people want entertainment. You can already see crime risk is going down. For entertainment, let's give them some more of these special buildings that we have. Steakhouse, lobster tail, and espresso on the go, as well as unlocking large parks. We can throw in a dog park, as well as a small park here in the medium density area. And since we're still not growing all that fast, and the trains being not that full with only 70 people, let's be radical here. We don't need anything apart from dirt roads. Let's go all in deleting this highway. Gonna close everything down here. We don't need that. I'm gonna connect these gravel roads here, fill it back up with commercial offices, and in the back here where we can, more industry. That should make these trains way fuller. I'm gonna add urban promenade mixed use housing right here in front of the main street. People can live here, businesses can be here. And yes, it already looks like more people are using the trains now. Look at this. These are a whole lot of people. Let's see how many people are carried by the next train. It's 200. So our policies are already taking a great effect. These people are all moving in. Look at that, moving into their new homes. Our city is growing faster than ever. If we look at population growth, it only knows the way up. And with that, let's just let this city play out for a bit and see what happens here as it's growing and growing. I just hit 10,000 population, still tons of people are moving in. In the meantime, I built another elementary school, which is still full, so let's add some upgrades to it. Then I also built a high school, kind of to get office efficiency up a bit. Currently, they're not contributing as much in taxes as they could be. I want that increased. Also, I added some radio masts around the city for some connectivity. And remember the big poop hole that we built? It overspilled, apparently not with poop, but with water. I'm not sure where that came from. So there's now just a massive puddle here. I'm just gonna ignore it. Companies here are working perfectly, no problems. But I added a new sewage outlet all the way here, so it's just going to be dumped in the river. I noticed some problems. Without the roads, I have unreliable mail service because post needs to come from the outside. Also, imports and exports are not working as well. It does not really affect efficiency as far as I can tell, but I guess it could be better. So what we are missing is actually a cargo train line. And for that, as well as for other investments I'm just gonna take as much of a loan as I can. I need fire station, I need so many other things. I know loans are usually bad, but we're only 10% of the way there. I think we have a lot of things going for us. I don't want to take this challenge for an eternity. I've already been recording for over an hour. So let's take out a massive loan. We have 800,000 to play with. It's not that much after all. Let's get in a cargo train terminal. Let's connect that up with the rail line that we have. Put in a cargo route all the way to the outside and back here. We have cargo trains now leaving our rail yard. And with that, we can add a massive post office as well as a few smaller ones and some post boxes that should take care of things. And there's now a massive migration of vehicles. They all want to go here to this cargo train station to export stuff. That's great. It's filling the storage. It induces a lot of traffic on our dirt road, but it's only singular people. Oh, and why are there so many people? I think these are ones that were in a train that got deleted. Oh, and I think that train just killed a whole lot of people. Amazing to see that these stop signs here don't really do much. And there's even more people moving in. Now it works well. Cargo is being imported and exported. We take a look at this train. Well, it's carrying 0 tons, but I'm sure at some point it will. Now we have 300,000 to play with again, and we have some of the demand back. So let's get in some offices, some commercial area, and some more industry. There is still a lot of demand for it. I guess we can even give them a shortcut straight through here. So these vehicles don't have to drive as far, just zoning more of the polluting industry. And let's hope for the best. The water spill is slowly going away. We have some burnt down buildings. Let's fix that with a fire station. They're immediately going to fix these burnt down buildings, then they can be rebuilt. That's great. I just hit milestone 7. That gives us a bit more money, higher loan limit, and things are looking up in Dust Vegas. City still growing. We got some more special buildings to put down. People are still complaining about mail service, but it's slowly going down. After all, if we take a look here at the mail station, there are tons of vans leaving. Let's follow one. It has 2 tons of mail to deliver. There's so many people walking around here everywhere. That's great. And the van is slowly delivering, emptying its mail, already having delivered 200 kilograms of mail. That's a whole lot to fit into this small van, 2 tons. I never realized that. And 2 tons of mail, that must be a whole lot of letters. But I guess we can ignore it. The city is back to being barely profitable. Happiness is rising, and the speed in which people are moving in is rising as well, close to 1,000 people an hour now. Let's keep the demand going. We have some of these mixed-use buildings being zoned in now. These medium density and low-rent houses are doing fine as well. There is a high demand for them after all, so let's add more of them. A bunch of low-rent housing. Some of that is zoned immediately. And industry demand is just growing and growing. I don't really have too much space for them. I must say I am a bit afraid of the pollution the industry brings. So I'm just gonna add one last dirt row of industry. A few more office jobs here in these weird places, and then to keep industrial demand from growing like it is right now, I'm just gonna increase the taxes bit for bit. We get more revenue and the demand is kept at a manageable level. So that's that strategy. Let's take a look back at the train station. Things seem to be going really well. Look at all these people. They all want to go somewhere. I think we're in a position again where we can lower residential taxes to 0. They were only at 100,000 anyway, making up less than 10% of our city's income. And then as things grow, it's just time for another short time lapse. We unlocked more special buildings. Milestone 8, really important one. This gives us high density housing, so no more of this low rent stuff. We're at 20,000 population. Let's get that boosted up. High density housing. Let's put that everywhere we can right here. This is essential. That should really get us up there. Also, we just crossed 1 million. Apparently our city is crazy profitable. We still have a loan of 1.6 million, but let's not talk about that one. We have our first high density buildings zoning in right here. In one of these buildings, there are 300 people right now. That's pretty great, and I think it increases as these buildings upgrade. So let's make more space for all the things we have demand for. I see people want more offices, they want more commercial, and let's just throw in more high density housing as well. We can provide more parks, everything for the happiness of our citizens. With these new high density buildings, I think our train station is more busy than ever before. This next train is arriving with 230 people and there's much more high density being built. Amazing. Happiness is also through the roof. They're just complaining about small homes, nothing we can do about that. Noise pollution, crime risk, all very small modifiers. And everywhere we look, there's new buildings going up. Let's just keep things going. The elementary school is filled. That makes sense. The high school is filled, we can give that an extension. I guess the elementary school could get yet another one, but I see we're way under capacity. So let's give it an urban elementary school as well. I guess we can put it in somewhat of a different location over here. I love this asset because it has a small tiny Easter egg. If you look at the inside of it, there's actually a basketball court. Not sure if you knew that. But it's kind of funny, you can even see it here through the windows. Nevertheless, it's a good elementary school. Fits 1,200 people. It can even get a playground up top as well as an extension wing. Let's really splash on it. This is our major elementary school now. People want more water. How about we try a water pumping station somewhere out here? That should really increase the amount of water we get. Just funny, this is the area where we started at. This does not have high amount of population, not even like these medium density houses zoned in yet. I don't think they're really that attractive, but like over there, this is where all the people live. This is where all the high rises are going up now. This is where we are adding more shops for people to buy stuff, more offices for people to make profits. And I guess if we look at education, how about we go for a college? And then the university, we just go for a modern university, put it right next to the elementary school. I guess there's not enough space here. Let's put it here. That takes a lot of our money. Oh, and back there's a tornado. Good thing that didn't hit our city. Slowly people are enrolling, but I think that this will also make it so that we get fees from education and maybe at some point we'll make a profit through it. But before, we also need more capacity in the high school, as well as taking another small loan to get in a college that really gets education going in our city. And the fees we're making from university is slowly rising as well. It's still basically empty, but maybe at some point it will all finance itself. We're up to 25,000 population, 1/4 done of this challenge. Happiness is still incredible. Household wealth is also growing rapidly and the education is picking up as well. Crime rate is going down, that's great. And overall our income and wealth is growing. This train just had 400 people on it. They are now all exiting here. Look at that, that's a busy train station, especially for the small size of it. But the city is growing fast, buildings are upgrading to higher and higher levels, and we're making more and more money from offices. If we take a look at some of them here, they're not even running at the highest efficiency because of a lack of employees. But I hope that that is slowly increasing with our city growing, but at the same time there's always more and more demand for offices. We're zoning a bunch more here as we wait for buildings to build and people to move in. We just hit Great Town. That gives us a bunch more special buildings and high density commercial. And look at all these people. I still can't believe it that this works so well. We're close to 30,000 population. Let's immediately get in the few special buildings we unlocked. I got the Grand Dynasty Hotel. This is a massive building. We can place it right down here. Look at it. It employs 1,000 people. That's a whole lot. Oh, what's this van doing? It's buying stuff from this industrial building back there, making food. I guess that's fine. It needs customers. It runs at 100% efficiency. And I think that single building is also making a whole lot of money. Our monthly balance is now at 2.7 million in profits. These dirt roads are really paying off. And finally, we're just throwing in some of the smaller special buildings, surrounded by more high density homes. If they want, they can zone in right here. I love this one. It's the Oasis Kitchen. Looks great, has a parking lot, and is called Burned. That's almost as good as Dust Vegas. With healthcare availability decreasing, let's spend some development points on a hospital. That one costs 1.8 million. But since we are so crazy profitable, 6 million in profits now, most of it comes from commercial taxes, let's just take out a larger loan, build out the hospital, and I'm gonna give it the helipad. That way, all these ambulances don't need to use the dirt roads if they don't want to. Here we go, this is the heli. It can just get here, land, pick up some people, start again, and fly all the way back, that way circumventing all these dirt roads that I have in this massive metropolis. It looks like a normal city. If you look from far away, it doesn't even look like it only has dirt roads. You wouldn't even notice it. Furthermore, we're gonna need more crematorium availability. So let's throw in another one. And I only just noticed our train line has been somewhat inefficient because it has only been using one lane here. So let's just add more lanes, fill it all up. Now we should have trains moving in faster than before. People are still exiting in droves, moving in as fast as they can. How about we start reducing ticket price for our train lines? We're doing everything to make people happy here. Now it's free. We're at 30,000 in population. I'm just gonna build a few more offices all the way out here since we have demand. I'm gonna use all the money I have right now to pay back some of the loans. And now it's time for another quick time jump. I don't think there's much to do. We should cruise right up in population. It is winter and the city is up to 41,000 population. It's growing insanely fast right now. I'm not sure what's the difference now. This train seems empty, but for some reason we're growing at 5,000 population each hour. Let's take a look at the next train that arrives here. This one here, it comes with 400 people, so not much change in the train department, but still so many people arriving. Trash collection is a problem. Our landfill that we have is maxed out. Let's quickly make that area larger. But it is clear we need more. But since we are so profitable, I'm gonna buy a bunch more tiles at a cost of 250,000. And now we can add a bunch more stuff. We're gonna do massive investments with the 7 million we saved up. I'm gonna build an incineration plant that also produces electricity, put it in right here and connect it up with the power grid. Then we can also put the landfill on start emptying. That way all these trucks should bring the waste in the incineration plant, creating a bunch of electricity. Next up we have more demand for commercial. That's great because commercial is what brings us the most revenue. So let's build out this grid that we already have going a whole lot of the way further down. That way we can now add a bunch of high density commercial. We have not built this in the city yet, as well as a row of high density offices. All this is new. And to really underscore that I want to be growing, we're gonna continue with some more massive investments. If we take a look at education, most things are fine here. We are going to need another high school though. And if we look at the service education, it's actually making us 1 million in profit. That's pretty crazy because of this university building we have right here. 3,000 students enrolled, they are making a whole lot of money for us. And to grow even faster, I'm going to buy more tiles. This is really a totally unnecessary expense. I'm gonna build another small train station, connect that up with the outside. So it's another outside right here. Then we can get yet another train going, importing more people. Here we have it going just as we're crossing 50,000 population. Let's add more homes here. Of course, mostly high density, but we also have a large medium density demand. I don't see a reason why we should not add that here. High density businesses, parks, more services with police station and fire department. The hospital with the helipad can serve over here as well. And we're also adding some of the special buildings that we unlocked to increase the attractiveness of this area. And with that, we have the first 500 people arriving at this new train station. This is quite amazing. These people are moving into these new homes, unlocking more special buildings and just growing the entire operation way more. Here it looks like a lot of the zoned areas already built. If we draw in a district here, that one has a population of 35,000. So that's most of our city. The trash collection problems are solving themselves slowly with this new plant. We can even upgrade it. It has a lot of stored garbage to process it faster. The rest we don't need right now, but this one alone is producing 60 megawatts of electricity. That's a good amount. We hit milestone 11. Apart from special building, nothing more can be unlocked. We unlocked everything that can be unlocked. Of course, I'm gonna add the special buildings we have. And since we really have so much money right now, making 10 million a month in profits, our service fees are basically almost as high as all of our expenses, and our residential taxation is still at 0. Let's pay back all of the loan we have, and let's quickly look through the development if there's anything interesting we can unlock. So in roads, no point in getting anything. Electricity, we're pretty well off with the geothermal power plant. Our water system is fine. Healthcare, we could add some more of these special buildings. They give citywide effects. Garbage, no point in unlocking more. Education, we could really get things going. I'm just gonna unlock here as much as I can. Fire, I don't think there's a point. Police and administration, we can get a welfare office, a city hall, and a central bank, why not? Transport we don't need. Parks, we could try to go for tourists, but we're out of development points now. But we have a lot more buildings we can build now. So for one, we got the disease control center. Let's put that in, as well as the health research institute. These ones are massive buildings. The disease control center has medical helicopters and patients, so it even helps the hospital out, and the Health Research Institute. I love this building, it looks so great. It has 100 employees. Under the education tab, we can get the radio telescope. That was crazy expensive. The Geological Research Center, I don't think we actually need it, unless we want to extract oil or coal. I mean, we can take a look. Oil deposits are not really in places where we can harvest them, maybe up here. And coal I'm also not really interested in, so I'm gonna skip that for now. The Large Hadron Collider has tons of great benefits, but I first need to save up for it. Let's see if we can reach that before 100,000 population. The welfare office, let's put that right here to help with well-being. Then we can get a city hall, why not? That lowers import costs, maybe that helps our economy. And loan interest, we no longer have that, or I guess since we unlock that now, let's just take out a massive loan. We're still crazy profitable anyways. That way we can build the Large Hadron Collider. I find it quite funny that we're just building it on a dirt road, but it gives so great benefits. Here it is, so many benefits. Interest in university, demand, so much more. It's only at a low efficiency. We need to add more water. For some reason, this building takes up a whole lot of that. This bunch of water towers should do, and it creates tons of sewage. So a bunch more sewage outlet should help as well. You better not hope that you're living here next to all the sewage. Our city really has multiple phases. This like low density area right here, and then this massive things that are built up new. We're up to 60,000 population. The Hadron Collider is working at a really high efficiency, boosting up everything in its way. Then we can build a central bank that decreases import costs and increases export profits. Sounds pretty great. Let's get that building in as well. It also looks really nice and employs 80 people. It should further increase our profitability. And we got 1 million left, which is just enough for a few basketball courts and to start paying back some of the loan we took. More buildings are slowly zoning in. We hit large village, that gives even more reward points, and a museum. Let's give that a space as well. Love how that looks. With 60,000 population, let's finish some of the road layout here. To finalize this entire area, we can add a massive park in here. This is a city plaza. Also, I'm realizing we don't have a park maintenance depot yet. Let's add that to our city. Then we're gonna have more high density housing right here in between these buildings, as well as medium density since we have a lot of demand for it, getting in all the people we can. There's office demand. These skyscrapers are building immediately. The second train station is also very busy now. I wonder how about the original one. It's hidden here behind tons of skyscrapers. It's also very popular. These skyscrapers are slowly leveling up. I think none of them hit level 5 yet. Not exactly sure what they're missing, but it looks like we will soon hit our milestone of 100,000 population. With 60,000 we look far off, but I think we have everything we need for it. Unemployment is quite high at 13%, so let's proactively add a bunch more business jobs. Wealth is still continuously growing. I want to take a look at tourists. Do we have any of those? No tourists inside. Also no real income from tourists. What is our hotel doing? The hotel still has 0 rented rooms. Let's try to change that by unlocking large sports park and then tourist attractions. In general, I think these tourist attractions are crazy expensive. So let's just start with a few Chinese gates next to the hotel we have. Maybe that adds some guests to it. Then we can add a modern art museum right here in the city center. There's so much variety in buildings right here. But it's also great since it changes up the density a bit. Oh, one of these skyscrapers is burning all the way up here. Oh, that doesn't look good, but there should be a fire station nearby. There's one here and one up here, and the fire is already solved. All these things really increase service upkeep. So let's step back again, at least for a tiny bit, so we can hopefully get some tourists. Currently there's still 0 in the city. Run up money and run up population again, which still is growing incredibly fast. After another good while, we are up to 80,000 in population. This video so far is taking really long. I'm already multiple hours into this recording because, I mean, look at things. They look fine, but I'm at 8 times simulation speed and things just don't run as fast anymore. But good thing we're not too far away from our goal. The current people are moving in. It's still at around 1,000 an hour. We have demand for a bunch of things. Profits are up sky high, similar to education profits. Production wise, we're not doing much, but it's also not needed. I mean, we can quickly look over here at the cargo train station. It's just operating as normal. The disaster control center has like 0 patients right now. Everyone is still crazy happy. I think we still have enough things zoned where people can move in to reach 100,000. So there's only 2 more things I will do. First is add another row of medium density housing. We have a lot of demand for that. One of these houses is 66 people. So this here is another few thousand if it zones in. And we have more commercial buildings that we have demand for. So I'm gonna place those as well. And then it's back to another cut. Another fair bit of simulating has gone by. We are at 98,000 population. There's still a lot of space to grow, of course. Simulation is slow, train station is busy. We're gonna hit the milestone of 100,000 any minute now. So I guess it's time for the takeaway of this video. Dirt roads are not a problem at all. I mean, we kind of cheated the system by removing traffic from the entire streets anyway, but I think the same thing can very easily be done by going towards tiles with outside connections and then just having tons of outside connections. Since you can't build highway with high capacity, that would increase capacity by having many more streets. But one side benefit of these dirt roads is that they cost not very much in upkeep, making the city wildly profitable. Even though we have tons of these special buildings here, like the radio telescope, which are just crazy expensive, there's no problem in profitability here. Actually, I want to check in with my university. This one is now filled to the brim, 8,000 students. When we have 12,000 eligible, we can add some upgrades here that allows this small university to have space for 20,000 students. That's a whole lot more. We have tons of skyscrapers in the city. Time to take a few pictures for the thumbnail. And here we go. This city, using only dirt roads, now has a population of 100,000. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you have any other crazy ideas we should try in the comments. Have a great rest of your day and happy gaming.